Hello, my sexy and beautiful people of the internet. How are you guys doing? So here I am. This is kind of a tradition by now to do the last video of the year, make it an update video or an informative video, whatever you want to call it. Usually uploaded on the very last day of the year, the 31st of December, and this year is no exception. Actually, there are many things to talk about. I actually haven't done a proper update video in a while, telling you, right? What I've been up to, stuff from my personal life, my current state on YouTube, and what's going to happen in the near future, more than long term, right? So I want to cover all of these topics today. This is going to be probably a 40-45 minutes audio or video, whatever. I mean, you are just gonna see slides from a PowerPoint presentation I actually made, explaining and providing details on what's been happening and what is going to happen, especially when it comes to content, because there are many things to clarify. This is not like vital information, super important information, but I think it's necessary to make it clear just for you to know. But before that, actually I would like to get into what 2017 it's been like, because yeah, PowerPoint presentation, I'm as shitty as that, but whatever. So I'm presenting you a little analysis of what my 2017 it's been like. It's been kind of a weird year because I accomplished some things, but at the same time, I accomplished all of those things not having, my best, or not having my best times, or it wasn't the most clean process in order to achieve what I achieved this year. It was like very, very eventful, my 2017. I mean, full of bad things happening, and in the end they turned out being cool things. It's a weird combination. I'm gonna go into detail now. Actually, the first third of the year, that is to say from January through April, it was okay. It was actually very promising. Actually, most of the material that I made on YouTube and Twitch was made during those 3 months or 4 months. Speaking of which, I'm going to go into detail about that later in the video, but most of the material that I'm going to be uploading in 2018 are videos and things that I haven't uploaded yet. I still have to render and edit. Lots of material, hours and hours of material that I did either through recordings or live streams in January, February, and March, just for you to get an idea of how much I did. And because of time reasons and a little bit of laziness as well, I haven't taken the time to edit it out or trim the clips and upload them, take the time to upload all of those clips. That will happen next year, but again, I'm going to go into detail about that in a minute. Well, more than a minute, certainly, because I have other topics to cover first. But my point is that during those 3 or 4 months, I did a lot of gaming, a lot of recording, a lot of streaming, and thanks to that, I have a lot of material to offer still. So in that sense, I found it very productive. I was very satisfied with myself. I mean, if I would have been consistent like that during the year, I would have assured you guys material for easily 5, 6, or 7 years to come. Of course, probably my hard drive wouldn't allow me to accomplish that unless I invested in a bunch of portable hard drives, which I don't know if I'll be able to make them last for 7 years. But again, if it was about consistency, I would have been, if it wasn't, sorry, or if I would have been consistent, I would have been able to accomplish that easily. But, well, I had a very quick start and very productive one as well. Problem started when by mid-April or so, I started my thesis on my second degree that I just finished, international trading. Uh, and additionally to that, again, I think I mentioned this in a number of videos, either gameplay videos or a couple of update videos that I made during the year. Apart from the thesis on my last semester, I additionally needed to do or basically have a temporary job, a practice job, in which you have to basically uh, perform in a company related to the thing you are studying for around 360 hours. And according to or from your performance, you get a grade or a mark, whatever you want to call it, and that will be validated and basically represent part of your degree um, requirements. But I had a lot of issues trying to find this temporary job because you have to look for one, apply, being called, and go for an interview and get accepted. It's like any other job out there. But yeah, I had some issues trying to find one of these temporary jobs, these practice jobs. I was supposed to start looking for one probably by February. I did it by late February. So I had around 2 or 3 months to find one, but I wasn't able to. So that, me not being able to find this temporary job, I should call it practice job because obviously the practice jobs are temporary. Unless you do so well and the company needs you and maybe hire you, but I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. The thing is that I was doing fine on my thesis. It was quite easy, I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time I was still like looking for this job and being unable to find it. That caused negative repercussions on my health. I usually suffer from stress, and I really had it like for like 2 months, not lying, with a bunch of stress symptoms, not necessarily mental, you know, uh, being down on or pessimistic about life, nothing to do with some sort of mental state, but it also had repercussions on my physical health. Stress has a number of symptoms: headaches, tiredness, lack of energy, um, some specific or localized pain in certain parts of your body, your feet, your arms, your chest. You might even think that it's a heart attack, but in reality it's just stress. Um, Numb hands, numb feet, a bunch of symptoms, none of them pleasant at all. And to be very specific about this, I suffer from a very annoying pain in my teeth, in my jaws. Well, actually, one of them, the right one, every night. Literally every night I needed to take painkillers to be able to have some sleep at night. Because if I didn't take any, I wouldn't be able to fall asleep because of this horrible pain in my right jaw. And of course, that expanded to the face, the teeth, and pretty much all of my mouth. Every night. I mean, it was religiously happening every single night. It was horrible. At first I thought it was a dental problem, but it wasn't like that. It was tension, it was nervousness, it was stress. And it was one of the many symptoms I suffered from. That happened during April, May, and maybe beginning of June. Those were pretty horrible months. I mean, I am just assuming that this, me not being able to find a job, actually had a direct impact on my health. More than likely it did. I haven't really stopped to analyze that, but I'm pretty sure it did affect. I was finishing my thesis, but still unable to finish my degree for good because of this practice job that I was unable to find within the deadline. The thing is that I had to ask for an additional permission to the institute to give me or to grant me 3 additional months to look for this job. And I was granted those months, which in a way, made me relax a little bit. But then I had another issue by July and August. I would say July, right? And probably some of you know what I'm talking about. I got sued by a bank. As you know, this international trade degree is my second degree that I'm taking. You know, when in my early YouTube years, one of the reasons why I started to do commentary in English was because I was actually taking another degree related to English linguistics and literature. So I needed to practice my English because it wasn't good when I first started. And one of the reasons why I decided to do commentary is because I needed to practice, and I'm doing it even till today. But that degree, basically I was able to pay it because of an education loan from the government. And after a certain amount of time, after you graduate, you have to pay it back to the government. And I was able to do that just fine with my English lessons that I was able to do in 2014, 2015, and 2016. But this year it was actually hard to pay for that loan. You have to pay a certain amount of money every month. Go to the bank, and that is representing the government in this case, and pay them a certain amount every month. The thing is, because of the lack of English lessons, and I was concentrated on my studies, and this basically not being able to find this temporary job that would have helped me anyway with the payments, I was unable to pay for a few months, and I got sued by the bank. Even if the rumor had it that the bank wouldn't sue anybody for an educational debt, but it happened. And well, I don't want to go into details about how I solved it, but thanks to the help of some of you, especially one person, I don't want to mention his name publicly because probably would be disrespectful and rude on my part, but he helped me out with most of the debt. I asked him for help, of course, and basically I was desperate at the time, and he helped me out when I most needed it. So I was able to pay pretty much half of my debt, and I was able to pay the other half on my own. So I got the bank off my ass in a couple of weeks. But those were the most horrible 2 or 3 weeks probably of my life. But I was able to solve all that in a short period of time. So as you can tell, the year started in kind of a decent way, but then everything went to shit because I was having these health issues. I was making some friends that I thought we would get along, but in the end they turned their backs on me because of fucking misunderstandings. Again, not gonna go into details. I'm talking about real life friends, no internet friends, by the way. We had drama in the past, but that's long ago. But yeah, I'm talking about people that I was hanging out with pretty much every week, going to parties, inviting them over to my house, having a good time, but suddenly they stopped inviting me. And well, I mean, it kind of affected me at first, but then I didn't give a shit anymore, and I don't regret, to be honest, because well, those are not like probably the people for me to hang out with. That's it. And I mean, I had a lot of like social problems, health problems, problem with my professional problems, if you will, financial problems also. So the second third of the year sucked a lot of dick, as you can tell. And that definitely didn't allow me to make YouTube material and stream it all that often, if that explains it in a way. Because being busy, I mean, I've been busy before and I was still able to do YouTube. Remember when I was doing my first degree, I used to have like lots of papers and lots of reading to do because of tests, because of presentations, etc., etc., and I still managed to get some time to do recordings. So that was not the matter. The problem was that I was having health issues, which is not even an excuse, because when I had cancer, I streamed pretty much every day, regardless, and recorded a lot anyway. Even if I said I wasn't going to, but I did. But all of those fucking bad things together really affected me to the point of not really caring about YouTube for a long time. So health, professional problems, financial problems, social problems here and there, that affected me in one way or another. So that really sucked, those 3 or 4 months. But then in August, I was able to find this fucking temporary job or practice job. I got accepted in a company, in a transport logistics company. I started my practice job in mid-September, all the way through late November, and then my boss asked me to stay for another month in order to support the team because they needed some help with some specific assignments, and at the same time, of course, financially would help me out to be able to pay my debt and buy some things every now and then. So I definitely accepted. So I just finished on December the 20th, just 10-11 days ago. It was a nice experience. I met cool people that I hopefully making good friends with, and I was able to basically put things under control at the very least. But that's why this year it's been like a bunch of mixed feelings, a lot of good things happening and a lot of shitty things happening, especially in the middle of it. But it is ending in a proper way. Finally finished the practice job. I got a good grade out of it in terms of performance, and basically I'm finishing the degree, and next year hopefully we're going to have my graduation ceremony. But strictly speaking, I am done with my studies, which is an accomplishment as such. But I still don't really like take the seriousness out of it, or how can I express it in a better way? I still do not like grasp it or give it the importance it really has because of this convoluted and all this eventful year happening. So it's hard to celebrate when things have been tense the entire year. I'm gonna be having some drinks, some sips every now and then, so sorry if I suddenly stop. I have been talking a lot, as you can tell. So yeah, that's my personal life. I mean, it's been a weird, eventful, convoluted year, but it turned out to end in a good way at the very least, with some accomplishments. Right now I am unemployed, obviously, but I'm still looking for a job. I mean, I started looking for a job like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It will not be a fast process for sure, but hey, I'm trying, and at least I'm done with a lot of the pending things that I had in my life. In that regard, 2017, it's been a very positive year overall. So let's move on. Following topic, 10 years, everybody. January the 19th, 2008. That's when I first started doing YouTube, doing playthroughs without commentary at the time, and then in April of the same year, I started doing commentary until today. So 10 years, it's a nice looking number, not gonna lie, and I plan to celebrate it this time around. I don't usually celebrate my YouTube anniversaries. I did a live stream, a special live stream, when I celebrated my 5th year anniversary, because it was a nice year also, a nice number. But yeah, the 10 years is definitely worth celebrating. So probably I will be taking 1 week, the anniversary week, in January next year, to do a series of live streams playing my favorite games ever. So you should expect a lot of Mario, some Mega Man, some Sonic, some Bomberman, some Mortal Kombat, some Street Fighter, and of course Donkey Kong Country, my favorite platforming series ever. No, it isn't Mario. For those who still were living in a bubble and don't realize how many times I've said the same thing. So yeah, I mean, expect me to do a series of live streams during that week featuring my favorite games ever. Lots of arcades and lots of classics, pretty much classics only. That's what my channel's been the most about, even if every now and then I like do some modern gaming, but for the most part this is about retro gaming, and it will continue to be that way in the future. Okay, I'm trying to move a little bit faster on the topics now, because I know it took me easily 10 or 15 minutes talking about personal life, but I think I needed to inform you about that, and I think you guys had the right to know about that as well. So yeah, 10 years on YouTube. I'm not gonna be like right now talking about how the experience it's been like and all that. Probably I will save that speech for another video when the time comes, or one of the live streams in question, and then I will be like talking about anecdotes, experiences, giving shout outs to people that it's been with me all of this time. Actually, it would be a good opportunity for you to comment on this video and tell me for how long you have been following me, what your vision, your opinion about what all of these 10 years, if you have any good memories, etc. So, what are you supposed to expect in terms of content for the next year, for 2018? Well, nothing too different, let's be honest. You know that a couple of years ago I started a series of shows for my newer laptop that I have been scattering through the different channels, namely the RetroQuest, the Backlog, Non-Serious Gaming, the Randomizer, the Replays, that's been a series that's been going on for almost 9 years now, the Retro Replay series, and Casual Gaming, you know, all of these fancy series and shows that I've been doing over the years. Well, there will be more of that, but also I will be including shows from the older laptop, since I decided this year to use it again until it dies. For example, this video right here, I'm recording it from the older laptop. That's why the quality isn't really that high. Well, it doesn't require too much to really record a PowerPoint presentation, right? So here it is. So basically the new thing on 2018 is that I am going to be combining material from the newer laptop and the older laptop. Now, here's the thing. Most, if not all of the material from the newer laptop shows, RetroQuest, Backlog, Non-Serious Gaming, Randomizer, Replays, and Casual Gaming, most of the episodes, again, if not all of them, that I am going to be uploading on 2018 are already available. I mean, are ready to upload. That's what I was trying to get at. All of these recordings and live streams have been done for months and months. Many of them from the beginning of the year, some others from June or something like that I recorded a lot as well. And as I said at the beginning, because of me being busy, because of me having lots of issues in real life, and also being a little bit of, you know, being lazy, plain and simple, I wasn't able to upload, or I just didn't want to take my time to render the videos, edit them out, and upload them afterwards. So, as in for all of those shows that I just mentioned, most of the material for the next year are just old recordings and streams that I just need to upload, but the material, the games are done, are ready. I'm gonna go into detail about that in a minute, but that's for you to know. So most of the material that I'm going to be creating in 2018 will be from the older laptop, either through pre-recorded shows or live streaming, again scattered through all of these channels. And also we'll be making a little bit more of emphasis to shows in Spanish, which is something that I always have been going back and forth. At least I already prepared a couple of shows and already got a few videos ready to upload also. But we'll get to that now in further detail. Let's start with the main channel. So these are all of the shows that will be featured on the main channel in 2018. The Old Laptop Chronicles, which features miscellaneous content, as probably you have been noticing. I recently finished uploading Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 arcade game. That's for the RetroQuest. That's an old episode, as many others that are coming up. But in terms of Old Laptop Chronicles, I have been uploading Bucky O'Hare on the NES, which actually is in progress at the moment. Well, that will be one of many Old Laptop Chronicles, which is the pre-recorded video show that I plan on doing, or that I am planning for this coming year. We have the RetroQuest. That's why I'm emphasizing here, these are old episodes. I don't think I'm going to be making new content for the RetroQuest, and if I do, probably that will be saved for 2019. Okay? Same thing happens with the Backlog. I already got a bunch of games done. Actually, some of them are very long, so that's why I'm basically telling you right now that more than likely you will not see me do or upload stuff that are being recorded recently, but these are old episodes from 2017 for the most part. As in for Capcom vs Konami, which is the live series that I have been doing on Twitch, that I also have been uploading on the main channel. Well, So far, I think I have uploaded over 8 or 9 games. Well, I have over 110 games streamed, and I took a long break from it. Imagine that. So, in terms of Capcom versus Konami, I will try to upload at least one different game every week. So, with the amount of games that we have so far, I can easily cover at least a couple of years worth of content, even without basically sitting down and play more games anymore, which I still plan on doing on Twitch, right? Hopefully on the weekends. But as in for Capcom vs. Konami, the material for the next year and 2019 more than likely are fully assured, everybody. And of course we have the content in Spanish, specials. For example, I was working already on video game compilations, retro game compilations, and also the collection, which is basically like the backlog but in Spanish, playing all of the games that I own, mostly in physical copies of them rather. Channel 2. In here we have less shows, obviously. We have also a version of the All Laptop Chronicles, which goes the same as the main channel with miscellaneous content. I think I did Streets of Rage during this year and some other thing that I might be forgetting. Oh yeah, some Twitch streams playing Disney games. Tailspin, Mickey Mouse, and some other that I'm not... I think Darwin Duck. I don't remember. No, Chip and Dale. That's what I did. So expect All Laptop Chronicles on a pre-recorded version and a live version. We have No Serious Gaming. You know, I have been uploading the Contra series. I still have many Contra games yet to upload. I have a little bit of the some of the Bubble series that I also did in 2017, which is basically a pre-recorded version of Non-Serious Gaming. I still have like 1 or 2 more games to upload. So basically the year will be covered in terms of Non-Serious Gaming because of the old episodes I already recorded and streamed. And also we have the randomizer. I still have some old episodes. And I mentioned here that I'm probably going to be posting a few new episodes of it. I'm telling you right now, this might look overwhelming, but I am going to be taking, or each show will last for around 3 months during the year, and then we're going to switch it over to the next show. That's the idea. So basically, when I say that, for example, in the case of Non-Serious Gaming, it's fully covered, I'm talking about during those 3 months specifically, because I plan on covering Non-Serious Gaming for 3 months of the year and then move on to the next show, which is in this case the randomizer. So you will not see me do everything all the time. You know what I mean? I will actually show you some slides being very precise and specific about that. But as in for Non-Serious Gaming, those 3 months are covered, and then in terms of the randomizer, I think 2 out of the 3 months are covered, and maybe the remaining month of that show, I still have to make episodes for it. That's why some episodes will be old and some others will be fresh. As in for Chill and Retro Gamer III, I also have shows that are featured from the older laptop, in this case no Nintendo Allowed. In this, basically it's a show that is divided into 2 sections. The one on Chill and Retro Gamer III that covers consoles and handhelds. You know, I've been doing, not that often, but I have been doing some 3DO Gex, basically as a 3DO special. And the other portion of Non-Nintendo Allowed will cover computers and arcades, which is on Channel 4. I will show you that in a minute. And the shows from the newer laptop, we have the replays, which I have old episodes more than likely covering those 3 months. And we have Casual Gaming and Hack Me Hard, which I already have a few old episodes of Casual Gaming specifically. But for the remaining 2 months, more than likely I will be making some new episodes of them. Okay? Channel 4, well, what I already mentioned, the show from the older laptop will be No Nintendo Allowed for arcades and computers specifically, and a new show from the newer laptop called The Roulette of Sadness. I actually recorded a bunch of episodes last year, or actually this year still, and that cover for, you know, around 2.5 months, so that's pretty much covered. So I should put old episodes or something, but again, The Roulette of Sadness, it's a little bit complicated to explain, so I actually made a video back then, that I still have to upload, obviously, in which I explain the rules, how it's going to work. There is also going to be a live version of it, so it will be an interesting show. You will see. Well, I plan on getting back to Naked Gaming, which was a group channel which is not being used by the group anymore, but I'm basically using it by myself, in which I am also going to be posting and uploading miscellaneous content, mostly classics, some modern games, some ROM hacking, and I plan on doing this the entire year. Again, I already have a recording schedule and an uploading schedule, which probably I'm not going to be revealing, but that is for myself. But I do want to clarify what shows I am going to be doing, and then later in the video I'm showing you when exactly you are supposed to expect specific shows. As in for live streaming, we have, well, more Capcom vs Konami, and the Sega Challenge that I started in the middle of the year. I don't know if I'm going to be uploading episodes of the Sega Challenge yet. If I do, that will be on channel 3 or the 3rd. But I don't think I'm going to upload anything about that yet. Alright, I already have like 15 games done or so. So, I really hope this isn't too overwhelming to you guys. These are the same shows I've been doing over the last couple of years, with the exception of the older laptop stuff, which is relatively new. But I plan on doing each specific show for 3 months of the year. Okay? Like by seasons, so to speak. I'll show you in a second. So, we have stuff that I'm going to be doing in January, February, and March, and then stuff that I'm going to be doing in July, August, and September. Okay? These are like 3 months chunks, pretty much. So, near future, January, February, and March. What are you supposed to expect in these 3 months? Well, as in for the main channel, you should be expecting all Laptop Chronicles, pretty much like Back Your Hair, pre-recorded classic videos recorded from my older laptop, in which I can also include modern gaming, computers, and ROM hacks. Pay attention to this little slash that appears, for example, when it says all Laptop Chronicles / streaming, right? Okay, this part probably could be the most confusing for you guys, but please pay attention to this. On the main channel, I plan on doing all Laptop Chronicles in January, February, and March, and all laptop streaming for the main channel on July, August, and September. Basically, that slash is the same one that you see in the title in the slide right here. So, the all Laptop Chronicles will last during January, February, and March, and then the streamed version of it will be done in July, August, and September. And separately, I will be doing stuff in Spanish during this whole 6 months. Okay, and more than likely the whole year, because I don't plan on dividing them into 3-month chunks. Okay, as in for channel 2, probably the things will be easier to understand here, since we will have non-serious gaming in January, February, and March, and then the randomizer on July, August, and September. Okay, in the case of Chilean Retro Gamer III, we have no Nintendo allowed for consoles and handhelds. And as you can see, there is no slash, so there is no additional show that I'm going to be doing. So maybe I will be doing January, February, and March for the pre-recorded version of this, and July, August, and September for the live version of the non-Nintendo allowed. I don't know yet. Channel 4, we have the Roulette of Sadness. So basically, this show will last this entire 6 months, January through March, and then July through September. The reason why I'm not putting these shows like on the 6 months straight is because, again, I want to do everything on 3-month chunks, so they can switch over on the following 3 months and then go back to the initial lineup during the next 3 months, basically going back and forth. And also, if you can see, on the main channel I'm featuring something from the older laptop, and then on channel 2 something from the newer laptop, and then on the third going back to something from the older laptop, and on channel 4 something from the newer laptop. I'm going back and forth. Basically every other channel I'm doing something from the older laptop or from the newer laptop. The idea is to provide variety qualities will be different, but that's basically what I plan on doing. Naked Gaming and Twitch, they probably will be featured, and I will be making material for those channels the whole year, these 6 months, and maybe the other 6 months as well. You will see that it's not really like they're sharing space with anything else, any other show. Okay, the remaining 6 months. So as you can tell, I'm doing the switch. I'm switching it over for the following 3 months. So basically we are having the RetroQuest in April, May, and June, and the backlog in October, November, December. So as you can tell, if we go back to the previous slide, we have All Laptop Chronicles 3 months, All Laptop Streaming 3 months, RetroQuest 3 months, and backlog 3 months. In other words, each individual show will last 3 months, and that will, of course, will fit the 12 months in the year. That's the spirit, that's the idea. And additionally to that, of course, we have material in Spanish, which, as you can see, is also featured on the other 6 months, which means I am going to be doing stuff in Spanish, hopefully the whole year. It will be less relevant, less in amount compared to the stuff in English, but it's better than nothing, right? And considering that most of the material that I'm going to be uploading this next year is already done, ready to upload, for the most part, it will be easier to create new material, trust me. As in for Channel 2, we have the All Laptop Chronicles for April, May, and June, and All Laptop Streaming also on October, November, December. On Chill and Retro Gamer the 3rd, we have the Replays, Casual Gaming, and Hack Me Hard. Maybe I will be giving 2 months to each. But remember, most of the material is for the replay. So if I do... oh, wow. I haven't had a drink in a while, by the way. I don't know how I'm not tired yet. You probably guys are, of listening to all this nonsense. So yeah, I mean, Replays, Casual Gaming, and Hack Me Hard. Maybe I will be giving it more attention to the Casual Gaming and the ROM hacks on Chill and Retro Gamer the 3rd. And as in for Channel 2, we are doing the arcades and computer version of No Nintendo Allowed for probably this whole 6 months, 3 of them pre-recorded, 3 of them live. And just like the previous slide, Naked Gaming and Twitch remain intact, no major divisions. Dude, I don't know how I managed to explain all this. I think I was clear enough, but basically what I'm interested in you knowing is that I am going to be basically taking 3 months to do one specific show, and I will be going back and forth between stuff from the older laptop and the newer laptop. That's the idea. So guys, I think I am pretty much done with the explanation that I wanted to give in terms of what I plan on doing for the next year and when I've been up to this 1 year. Please don't get offended by this picture. I'm not a big cat guy, but come on, I found it funny. You should find it funny too. Don't be too dramatical about it, please. So yeah, that was the last video of 2017, explaining how my year's been like. As you heard me, it's been pretty eventful. And also the plans that I have for this coming year, basically offering more of the same with some, I mean, with most of the episodes being already pre-recorded and live streamed in advance. I just need to take the time to edit things out and upload them afterwards. But there is material. That's the important thing to consider. And also, I am going to be making new material, especially from the older laptop, so we can actually make use of this older laptop and don't fuck up the newer laptop all that fast. Yeah, that's a detail I forgot to mention. Remember at some point I was asking for donations so I can get some the fan of my newer laptop fixed, that I was making some annoying noise every now and then. Well, fortunately I haven't been using this laptop too much. I've been using the older one more, and that was in the first place my motivation to redo stuff from the older laptop, not to use the other one too much until I got enough money to go send it, fix it. But I had this financial inconvenience with my debt, so that's why I had to completely focus on that. and all of the money that I received from, well, actually, yeah, I received like a few dollars from the very same person that actually lent me money afterwards, um, for the computer fixing. I had to like forget about that and basically focus on what was really important at the time, which was to get rid of this annoying debt that I had. So, I have a donate button. I know I've been asked for by some people that what happened to the donation thing. Well, that's the explanation. I unfortunately I couldn't really continue with the donation collecting because I was focusing on um, paying my debts. And in general, except for a few people, in general, I'm not really a person that gets donated a lot. I'm not complaining, by the way. I'm not one of those that says that if you don't donate, if you don't follow me on Patreon, which I do not have, by the way, the channel will close down because I don't want to make a living off YouTube. That's I want to make that shit so clear right now. I'm actually looking for a job. I studied that degree for a reason, right? Not because I want to be a YouTuber my entire life. And apparently people are super scared of not being able to make money off YouTube because they don't want to go outside. The thing is, I do want to get a quote unquote real job and dedicate myself to it and 100%. But if you guys want to donate, of course I will appreciate it. It doesn't mean that for not making a living off YouTube, it means that any extra contribution is well appreciated. So if you guys want to send me money to eventually send this computer to fix or some other needs that I might have on the way, by all means, go for this link that is usually in the descriptions of all the videos and you can donate whatever amount you want. But I don't really aim to get any specific amount of money for any specific purpose at the moment. It's just in general. If you want to contribute, a lot of people have done that. Be my guest, okay? I'm not forcing you, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that please don't donate at all. No, that's not my message. If you want to do it, fine. I will receive it like with the biggest smile on my face possible. But I'm not really aiming at anything specific at the moment, okay? I'm not one of those guys that want to collect money for everything. Besides, I don't have major expenses other than my current debt about my education loan. Other than that, I don't have much to spend my money on. I mean, I still live with my parents, which is one of the reasons why I really want to get a job and get a little bit more independent and being able to buy my own things and not being asking for money or not buying anything at all because I don't want to ask for money. I'm not that kind of guy. But yeah, I mean, again, if you want to contribute with something anytime, I will be more than happy to receive your quote unquote help. Again, it doesn't help me to achieve anything specific, but money is money. It always helps, especially when you most need it, obviously. So guys, I hope you guys had a great Christmas and have a great New Year celebration, a great 2018. Be safe, enjoy life. Don't waste your time on people that are not worth it. That's one of the few lessons I learned this year. Just be yourself, enjoy life, do whatever you want to do. Don't, restrict yourself from doing what you like doing the most. And get ready for a lot of material coming up this coming year. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening more than watching. And thank you for your patience more than anything. This is probably like a 40-minute video. I haven't even been paying attention to the time. Yeah, it's been over 35 minutes or so, I'm calculating. So yeah, thanks again. Be happy, enjoy your New Year's, and I hope you fulfill all of your dreams. I love you all.